Are you 18 plus or 20 plus? Your height isn't increasing. You're worried. What should you do? You can't just sit around doing nothing. Or some people cross 20, even reach 25. But they wanted to increase their height. Earlier, they didn't pay attention. But later, when they find themselves in a field where height is required, where good height is needed, and after that they can't do anything, or if there is still any option left, what should they do? Or sometimes there are young girls, little children, they start getting their periods. Their mothers get worried, wondering whether height increases after periods or not. If it does increase, then fine. But if it doesn't, you can't just sit idle. So what should be done? If something needs to be done to increase height, then what should it be? What is that thing? In today's video, I'm going to tell you exactly this. Even if you are over 20, you can still increase your height naturally, sitting at home. There's no need to take any medicine. It's completely natural. Today, I'm going to share a technique with you that you can use at home to naturally increase your height. Some people will believe in this technique, but some won't. If you follow something with faith, those people who do so with belief succeed. But those who don't believe, who don't accept it, and don't move forward, nothing can help them. You know the saying, even God can be found if you truly seek. So this is absolutely true. If you try with faith, everything is possible, and that's why I'm going to tell you about it in this video. If something is possible, that's the only reason I'm sharing it with you, because if something isn't possible, I never talk about it in my videos. Nor do I ever suggest any exercise that doesn't work. All my subscribers or viewers know this. So today, I'm going to share a technique with you, whether you are 15, 18, or even over 20 years old. But if you're worried that your height isn't increasing, or it's growing very slowly, then what should you do? There is a way by which you can naturally increase your height at home. Because if you go to a doctor, you'll be given plenty of medicines. If you go to a doctor and say you want to increase your height, they'll definitely give you some medicine before you leave. But you all know how effective those really are. And who has the time to keep visiting the doctor again and again? No one has the time. And even if you do go, how effective is it really? If you're taking any medicine to increase your height, its effect is zero. Let's talk about this technique, what it is, and how you should follow it. First of all, what you need to do is measure your height, whatever your exact accurate height is. It's not like you just mark a spot or stand next to a wall and guess your height. You shouldn't guess. You need to measure it accurately down to the exact points. Just measure it precisely, point by point, and write it down somewhere. In case you forget, it's possible that many people do forget, so you should write it down. Now, what do you need to do? Find a place where it's completely quiet, where no one can disturb you, a place where you can do this comfortably. You don't need to do any rituals or superstitions. Don't be afraid. I'll quickly tell you what you need to do. You can either use a board, a whiteboard, or take a white sheet of paper and stick it on the wall. If you have a board, you can use a marker, and if you're using paper, you can use a pen. Now, what do you need to do? First, you need to make a dot, and the dot should be just the right size. I'll show you how. It shouldn't be too big. You should be able to see this dot. The dot should be about the size of a small bindi. Make the dot this size, not any bigger. Once you've carefully and precisely made that initial dot, you should then proceed to meticulously draw a perfect circle around it. Draw a circle around it. Don't make the circle too big, just a little bit bigger than the dot, only slightly bigger. There, it's done. Now you need to sit or stand. It's up to you, right in front of the dot you made. You can do anything, sit or stand, but how should the position of the dot you made align with you? It should be exactly in line with this spot between your eyes and eyebrows. Where women apply a bindi, it should be perfectly aligned in a straight line. For example, whatever board or object you have in front of you, and you are sitting here. If you are standing, then that point should be exactly in line with this spot on your forehead. Now you have done this. Now what will you do? You have set the correct position of the point and checked it as well. Now you can either sit there or stand. Whatever your position is, what you need to do is this. Whenever you feel that everyone is asleep or you won't be disturbed, sit at that place. After sitting at that place, you have to look at it very attentively for 2 minutes. For 2 minutes, you have to look at it without blinking at all. Now, what will happen? Some people may have tears come from their eyes. One or two other issues may occur, or some people may feel that the point is disappearing. There's nothing to worry about in such cases. This is normal because those who practice Tratak, this is also a part of Tratak and they can understand it, but here it is being explained to you as a method to increase height. There's nothing to be afraid of in this. So what do you have to do? You have to keep looking at that point continuously for 2 minutes without blinking. If your eyes start to water, there's no problem. No need to panic. Now, what should you do? After 2 minutes, you have continuously looked at it. The first time your eyelids will blink. That's okay. But later with practice, you'll get used to it. Now, after 2 minutes, close your eyes. When you close your eyes, you'll see that point here. The same point you were focusing on there, you'll continue to see it. After 2 minutes, close your eyes. You'll see that point here, and once you see it, you need to focus your attention on it. You need to concentrate on that point for at least 5 minutes. The first time your attention may wander here and there, but that's okay. Just make sure no one disturbs you. There shouldn't be any noise coming from outside, and no one should make a commotion. Choose a time to sit when there is very little noise and no one will disturb you. For the first time, do it for 5 minutes. Look at the point for 2 minutes. Then close your eyes for 3 minutes. Gradually, you can increase the time, and how long should you do this for? You need to continue this for a month or two, and you should do it at the same time every day. For example, if you did it at this time today, you should do it at the same time the next day as well. Fix a specific time for yourself. Now, what will this achieve? So what is the science behind this? Without knowing the science or the logic behind it, how will people believe in it? So the science behind this is if we draw a line exactly down the middle from here like this and another line from here. If we draw a line right down the center of our head, the point where these two lines cross, where they intersect somewhere in the middle of our head, what is there at that spot? There is the pituitary gland. Many people might already know this. Now, what does the pituitary gland have to do with increasing height? See, what we are doing here, focusing on the point and closing our eyes, this is actually done as a way to activate the pituitary gland. Now, you might say that this is something we do in meditation, in dhyan. This is in a way tratak. So what benefit does it have? The benefit is that our pituitary gland doesn't get activated. Why doesn't it get activated? Because we stay busy all day and keep eating and drinking the wrong things. Wrong thoughts come to mind, and some children eat a lot of unhealthy things, get angry, fall into bad habits, become overweight, and keep sleeping. Because of this, their pituitary gland becomes highly deactivated. Because of this, the hormones that should increase do not, and the hormones that should be released in proper amounts are not released. For example, the hormones needed to increase your height are not released. As a result, their height stops increasing. So what should you do then? Which method? This method is to activate that pituitary gland. Any child whose height is not increasing, even if they are over 20, can still do this. It is still effective. Their hormones will increase. The hormone that the pituitary gland releases is the growth hormone. So if your body starts releasing growth hormone, your height will start increasing from that very day, and it will increase by at least 1 to 2 inches. This is 100% guaranteed. But how correctly you perform the technique depends on you. And if you master the technique within 1 to 2 months, you yourself will comment and tell me, Madam, my height has increased. You will see for yourself, but it is important that you do the technique correctly. Now, you might say that by doing this technique, even people who are 50 plus or 60 plus, people in their 50s or 60s can also increase their height. Look, the first thing is as we age, what happens? If we meditate or do anything else, it does get activated a lot, but it takes effort. For example, in young children, those who are 15 or 20 years old, or people in their 30s, their pituitary gland gets activated more quickly, especially in children, it happens very fast. In adults, it's a bit less. For those who are young, in their 30s or 35s, it's somewhat less active. For those who reach the age of 50, it takes much longer. It takes a lot of time to get activated, and even if it does, like for people who meditate, then good thoughts start coming to their mind. Memory increases. This happens with everyone. But at the age of 50 or 60, they don't really need to increase their height. Then good thoughts come to them. They start explaining things to others, begin doing good deeds, start focusing their mind on good things, and at that time, the hormones from the pituitary gland, especially the growth hormone, are released in very small amounts. That's why height cannot be increased at that age. But yes, if you are younger, your height can definitely increase. And along with this technique, what else you should definitely do is always sleep straight. By straight, I mean you should avoid sleeping on your sides as much as possible, sleep on your back, and never sleep with one leg crossed over the other. You need to keep this in mind. The second thing is when it comes to food, eat calcium-rich foods like fruits and bananas. Eat as many vegetables as possible, especially green vegetables. Eat plenty of salad, and what else should you do? For example, ragi, finger millet. Ragi contains a lot of calcium, so you can also eat ragi flour. Whatever ragi dishes you can prepare and eat, go ahead and eat them. but there is no need to take medicine. Do not take supplements at all. Taking calcium supplements is very wrong. So instead, eat as much calcium-rich food as possible. Along with this, do some exercises as well, like hanging exercises. For example, hanging by holding on to something. Definitely do that. What happens is when we walk on the ground, gravity pulls us downward. But when we hang upwards, gravity is still pulling us. So what happens when gravity tries to pull us? We are hanging upwards, gravity is pulling us, so our body is being stretched like this. We are applying force upwards and gravity is applying force downwards. So you should also practice hanging like this every day. You have to practice this every day. Along with this, do some stretching exercises, and I will also tell you in my video. In the next video, I will tell you which exercises you should do to increase your height. So do these things together and your height will definitely increase. You will see results very soon. The younger you are, the faster you will see results. So that's all for today, friends. Try out this technique and be sure to reply to me in the comments. If you have any queries or want to ask anything, you can ask in the comments. That's all for today. If you liked the video, be sure to like and share it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and also press the bell icon. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye and take care.